As they say, after every storm, the sun rises. Likewise, after every devastating fire and destruction, evolution emerges. Welcome to history as we travel back in time to uncover the stories of the three greatest fires that reshaped the ancient world. From the Inferno that buried Carthage and set Rome on the path to supremacy, to the fire that Rome itself survived. The later actions of Caesar, who could not resist the domination of the world, destroyed the repositories of knowledge of that time in Alexandria. The fate of Carthage was foreseen. In 146 BC, Scipio's role as the Roman commander in Africa was extended by a year. He initiated the ultimate assault. This offensive originated from the harbor vicinity, and as anticipated by the Carthaginian general, he ignited the nearby warehouses. In a systematic manner, the Roman forces progressed through the residential sectors of the city. Their approach entailed the elimination of all encountered individuals while setting ablaze the structures in their wake. This methodical advance resulted in the eradication of resistance within the city, a process that consumed an additional 6 days. Finally, on the concluding day, Scipio conceded to the acceptance of captives. The remaining defiant factions, among them 900 Roman deserters in Carthaginian employ, persisted in their resistance from the confines of the Temple of Eshmoun. Ultimately, they set fire to the temple, immolating themselves within it. Subsequently, Scipio relinquished the city to his soldiers for looting. Following this, a delegation comprising senators arrived, instructing Scipio to obliterate any remnants that endured in Carthage, Rome. In the year 64 AD, the Emperor Nero reigned, notorious for his harsh rule marked by disdain and brutal treatment of Christians. During that year, a fire erupted within the boundaries of Rome. The initial ignition of the fire originated among the merchant stalls adjacent to Circus Maximus, Rome's renowned chariot arena. Despite attempts to quench the flames, it took 6 days to regain control. However, just as the extent of the devastation was poised for assessment, the fire rekindled, burning intensely for an additional 3 days. In the wake of this inferno, a staggering more than 70% of Rome lay in ruins, impacting 10 out of the city's 14 districts. While some scholars conjecture that the fire was an accidental occurrence, Nero himself accused the Christian community. In contrast, murmurs among the populace insinuated that the opulent and autocratic Nero had a hand in deliberately setting Rome ablaze. On that pivotal night, Nero stood upon a balcony, his expression betraying a sense of satisfaction as he observed the conflagration engulfing Rome, a scene witnessed by many. Unfortunately, the primary historical records chronicling the Roman fire have not persevered, leaving the precise cause enshrouded in uncertainty. The scale of the catastrophe was profound, as the flames raged relentlessly for a continuous span of 6 days. Fueled by potent winds, the conflagration swiftly propagated across the city's expanse, sowing widespread devastation in its way. In the aftermath of this calamity, the burden of blame disproportionately fell upon the ill-fated Christians, subjecting them to public retribution for the tragedy. The Great Library, situated in Alexandria, stood as a preeminent repository of knowledge in the ancient world, often referred to as the revered temple to the Muses. Encased within its walls lay an incalculable trove, the collective wisdom of ages preserved in approximately 500,000 scrolls originating from diverse lands: Assyria, Greece, Persia, Egypt, and India. This library was attracted for scholars from every corner of the globe, their journeys leading them to engage in profound study and research. Among these luminaries were figures like Euclid and Ptolemy. Emerging under the governance of Ptolemy I Soter, a distinguished commander under the reign of Alexander the Great and the architect of Ptolemaic Egypt, the library came into existence in 283 BC. Guided by the vision of the Ptolemaic rulers, the library's transformation into a repository of knowledge was pursued with zealous determination, resulting in a robust and lavishly funded strategy to enrich its collections through the acquisition of books. The narrative tells of Archimedes, the inventive intellect hailing from Syracuse, who purportedly conceived the mechanism of the Archimedes screw, a device for transporting water, while immersed in studies within the Library of Alexandria. The shroud of controversy enshrouds the cause behind the library's eventual demise. According to Plutarch, the blaze was unintentionally ignited by Julius Caesar, who set his own ships ablaze in the harbor during an attempt to seize control of the city in 48 BC. While prevailing scholarly consensus leans towards the belief that a segment of the library endured within the precincts of the Serapeum Temple, only to meet its tragic end in 391 AD at the hands of Theophilus, the Bishop of Alexandria. Regardless of the party responsible, the outcome remained unchanged. The irretrievable loss of priceless scrolls containing the ancient wisdom, an enduring lament in the pages of history.